Thank you for taking the time to watch this tutorial of Schneider Electric's Low Voltage Motor Starter Solution Guide. This is the opening page within the software so that if you had an existing project, you would be able to open it and use it as a base reference. Or in this case, where we have no projects, we can go ahead and click on this icon to create a new project. This software is broken up into sections. On the left side, we have the catalog section, and on the right, we have the solution section. Let's start on the left side of the screen, and we can see that we have 6 options for system voltages. Single and 3-phase solutions from 120 to 600 volts. Let's go ahead and select 3-phase 480 volt. After the system voltage is selected, filters appear on the top center of the screen and solutions in the bottom center of the screen. You can see on the bottom that for 3-phase 480 volt systems, I have 4,893 possible solutions. To fine-tune our selection of our solution, we have filters across the top. We have short circuit current rating, motor rated current, motor rated horsepower. The motor rated current and horsepower are tied together, so you can select based on FLA or horsepower depending on what information you have. Next, we have the combination starter construction type. So whether it's UL 508 type A with a UL 98 switch, type C with the 489 circuit breaker inverse time, type D, a UL 49 instantaneous only circuit breaker, UL 508 type E self-protected combination controller, or finally UL 508 type F combination controllers. For detailed information on the filters, there are help files in this tool. If you click on the top right paper icon on the filter windows, you will see a PDF document link. This help file is for the combination starter construction type and short circuit protective device. So this document explains the differences between all of the options in the tool. If you notice, type B is excluded because the protective device utilized in a type B construction type is no longer commercially available. The second page of this document explains the differences between type E, manual self-protected combination controllers, and type E self-protected combination controllers, as well as type F. Type E and type F devices are typically Y-rated devices at 480 and 600 volts. So instead of being a 480 delta system, these products often have to be used on a 480Y 277 volt or 600Y 347 volt system and not delta systems. The next filter option we have is configuration, so reversing or non-reversing, followed by overload relay type, bimetallic, solid state, or no overload relay. Then we move on to the overload relay trip class, class 10, class 20, class 10, 20 selectable, or class 5, 10, 20, 30 selectable. And finally, overload relay phase sensitivity, so with or without single phase sensitivity. Let's go ahead and start playing around with the filters and come up with a combination starter. I'm going to go ahead and select 65 kA as my short circuit current rating, and I can see that as soon as I do that, my number of options or solutions below is reduced to 2,500. Next, I'm going to go over and I'm going to select 3 amps as a current rating. Having done that, my total solution count is reduced further to 51 solutions. And if you notice, the 1.5 horsepower for the motor rated power is selected automatically because that's how 2.5 to 3 amps translates for 480 volt. Next, let's go choose our combination starter construction type. I'm going to select a type A combination starter with a UL 98 disconnect switch. You can see my selection choices have reduced further to 24 items. I'm going to go ahead and select non-reversing. And I'm going to select a solid state overload relay. You can see the last two filters have been automatically selected as class 5, 10, 20, 30 selectable because that's the only option available for that solid state overload relay, as well for the single phase sensitivity. The selection of the solid state overload relay has limited my choices down to just two options. The only differences between the two that I can see from the green part numbers is the GS2EE-U3 versus a GS2EU3N. Now, to find out more information about each solution, if you hover over the solution, a blue text appears that says Show Product Detail. If you go ahead and click on that, a PDF document opens. This document details by part number every component in that combination starter. So I can see the part number for the switch, the contactor, and the overload relay, as well as providing the technical characteristics selected by the filters. In this case, the short circuit current rating is actually all the way up to 100 kA, even though I only needed 65. I can see it's a non-reversing, single-phase sensitive with a fuse rating of 25 amps. So I need to use a 25 amp class CC fuse for this particular switch. Additionally, product dimensions are provided for each of the components. Now let's move to the next solution to see the differences with that one. If I scroll down, I can see that the only difference is the fuse type. In this case, it is a class J fuse. The previous switch was a class CC. So let's go ahead and select the class J fuse solution. I can click on the cart icon and it will add that solution to my product basket under the solution window on the right side of the screen. Here I can click on the Show Product Detail, and again it will bring up that same product data sheet for that solution. I can also click on Show Detail about any individual component so that I can see more information. So here I have an LR9D08 electronic overload relay from 1.6 to 8 amps, and it is class 5, 10, 20, 30 selectable. As well, the product dimension and images are provided. The benefit of the solution pane is that I can print or export my cart or basket in an Excel document for future reference, or I can create a report. If you look to the left side of the screen, you see we are in the Determine a Solution tab. If I click on the Create a Report tab, I can see that I can generate a report in XPS, PDF, or Word document. I can add my name and contact information as well as my company logo and a document title so that I could export and provide this information to a prospective customer. As I mentioned when I started this tutorial, you have the ability to save this solution so that you can refer back to it for later or make minor changes so you don't have to start from scratch each time. That wraps up this tutorial of the low voltage motor starter solution guide tool. Thank you for viewing this tutorial, and don't forget to go to Schneider-Electric.us for more information and for the download of this software.